Hi everyone, this is another vinyl update video. So first off, I have these two albums by Earl Brutus. They're a strange band to describe. They've not been sort of shown on the vinyl community much. Very sort of noisy, sort of glam punk sounding. Really great band. I think the only band that are doing anything really close to what they're doing is the Fat White Family. Really like this band, really underrated. Anyone who likes their music a bit off kilter, a bit weird, should give this band a go. The best one is the first one, Your Majesty, We Are Here. Um, they were about at the time of Britpop. And they're on the same label as Elastica, but they're a lot more strange. Then people are talking about this £5 Miles Davis records, which were being sold in newsagents in the UK and across Europe, and yeah, really nice quality actually. For a fiver, you get polyline sleeve, proper label design, or the period label design. Absolute bargain. You know, I'm not a big fan of jazz. Also got American Caesar by Iggy Pop. This was a bit of a bargain. I mean, £10 usually a VG Plus copy of this, which is more or less what this is, goes for about £20 to £30. And this was a real bargain. I've not listened to it properly yet. It's quite a long album, but a lot of people said it's one of his better ones. Then I sort of added to my Jethro Tull collection. Still goes on. I've got this Steve Wilson remix of War Child. This is a pretty good album. Very solid album. It's not their best, but you know, Backdoor Angels, Ladies, and Skating Away on the Thin Ice of the New Day are all great tracks. A Passion Play, which is an album I have mixed feelings about. It's a bit like Vicky is a Brick, but it just doesn't quite hold together as well. But it's still, you know, there's bits on the first side which I really like, so it might grow on me, but it's not their best work. So yeah, I went to Bristol today. There are some really great stalls at the record fair. There's one that was selling copies of some really sort of when you go to record fairs, you don't find many sort of 90s albums or albums from the noughties, which is a time when not a lot was pressed on vinyl, and I could have spent about £100 on this one particular store. I was looking at sort of buying some Sebadoh and Folk Implosion records, and there was all reasonable prices, nothing really stupid or anything like that. But I did get one album, which was Wake Up the Nation by Paul Weller. This is actually the US press on Yip Rock rather than the UK Ireland one. But I've wanted this album for a little while. I'm not the biggest Paul Weller fan, and I reckon some of his stuff is dull as dishwater. I mean, I never liked Stanley Road, and all the sort of albums his sort of hardcore fans seem to revere the most. Um, I do also like the Jam and bits of Style Council as well, but I mean, his last three albums have seen him do some really, really, really adventurous stuff, where he's dabbling in psychedelic music, or he's just doing. This one is quite experimental, but it's also got some sort of. He dabbles in a bit of soul music, like on No Tears to Cry. It's just a very good album, and I just highly recommend it. It's probably one of my favourite Paul Weller albums, and it's better than the one that came after that, Sonic Kicks. Although that album, even though it's a bit it's a bit cruddy in places. It's still quite, that Sonic Kicks is quite a good album, and his new one, Saturn's Pattern, was one of my favourites from last year. I found this for £3, St Julian. This was in pretty nice shape. Very underrated record, because I know that Julian Cope doesn't really like this record that much. But I've always liked it. You know, it's a really really great album. The production is a bit overbearing, a bit 80s. It's a bit dated, but the songs are just really great. And I've never been. I must admit, I've never been a big fan of World Shut Your Mouth, but the rest of the stuff on there is great. I mean, Trampoline, Eve's Volcano, Space Hopper. Um, Highly recommended album. I've got this on CD somewhere where he does on the second disc he covers Peru. I think it's Non-Alignment Pact. And last but certainly not least, Dr. John in the Right Place. This is one of the albums. I mean, in America, this was his biggest, most successful album for ages, and he's got the backing. His backing band on this is the Meters. You know, one of the greatest funk bands ever, and even better, this is the first edition on Atco, which, you know, I've had a really crappy Scorpio pressing of this in the past, which I sold on. This is the full sort of triptych sort of gatefold thing. Very nice indeed. And even better, which is, I know some people are fascinated, but these sort of boring little details, as sad as it we are, is vinyl collectors, but company sleeves. I come across a lot of these. You know, I bought a lot of those Thugs records where they have the sort of original reprise sleeves in there. You get all these sort of advertisements for albums, like Emerson, Lake and Palmer albums, Hall & Oates, Roxy Music, King Crimson, Spinners, James Gang, Average White Band in Genesis. Oh, and yes, Tales from Topographic Oceans. Yeah, it's a weird sort of fascinating thing. This company sleeves. Bit of a snapshot at the time, eh? But yeah, that was one that I've been looking for a little while. I'm a big Dr. John fan. You know, I've seen him play live about sometime last year, and it was really, really, really amazing. It's, the guy's knees are packed in, but he puts on one hell of a show. But yeah, that's all I've got for now. I think for the rest of the month I'm going to cut back on the spending, because I think I spent enough today to last me the rest of the month. But yeah, hopefully next month I might do a vinyl update. Fingers crossed. Until then, goodbye.